Hello, everybody. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm streaming to YouTube, so we're good.
So you are saying I should behave myself.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube audience. This is Dr. Elisa Mureshan live from Shooting Stars Foundation. It's not nice laughing to your auntie.
No, it's very nice.
Okay, I'm going to get back in later. I have other things to prepare.
Okay.
Bye, baby. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Hey, Advait. Can you
Hey,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear. Wait,
Okay.
real quick, do you have a virtual background I can use?
What do you mean? Oh, for
For
SSF, I think it's okay. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me see. Let me see. What's that?
because like my background's kind of messy, so I don't really want to just use that.
Oh, okay. Can you use one of the default ones, or
Yeah, sure, that's
can you turn on your video and show me?
yeah. One sec. Uh, I mean, this is kind of fine. It's just my bookshelf, but
Okay.
uh, I
Can you
can.
try to can you try to screen share? Hold on, let me make you co-host. Uh, who is the person in the Shooting Stars Foundation account?
Hi guys, it's Lata.
Hi. I'll
Hi,
make you.
Auntie.
You started on YouTube. Do you want to? I wanted to go live only.
Hold up.
Can you stop it and start it like or
No, because I'll change the link. It's okay, I think.
just leave it? But next time, let's
Yeah.
just start only when this thing is there. I don't want this to be
Yeah. Can you just try to screen share?
Uh, wait. Wait. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be kind of I'll just give a small introduction to
Yeah.
like what the hackathon is and the schedule, and then after that you can jump right in, okay?
Okay.
the next one. You could do the next one because the first session, second session, maybe additional people in the second session also.
Okay, all right. Yeah, and I think besides that, I will and Latanti, actually after I present like my slides on hackathon walkthrough and things, I do have to show like in general what to do with the Discord stuff, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Should I also teach them just how to join Discord, like how to join a team on the Discord server, or just like how to join the Discord server?
You can show how to join the Discord server, but tell them it'll be mid next week when before they'll get their teams and team numbers.
Does this look fine, Ansh?
Yeah, this looks fine. I can see it. Can you
Okay.
switch a slide?
Ansh, do you mind giving
Yeah.
your background to Advait?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, I'm just trying to find it in my folder. So
Actually, I probably have that one. Let me find it. I just don't know.
Basically, when you try to
Yeah, I found it. I'll set it to that.
okay, great.
maybe next time, Ansh, we should come up with a like a logo on the corner or something, just to don't make it so red. Just the
Yeah, and this thing was, yeah, we need to also take a screenshot, right? With everybody's cameras on in the beginning.
I'll do that. The
Okay.
usual thing. But
Do you want
again,
to?
for this, I don't know how many people are going to be there. So,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Yeah, we could.
Wait, are there going to be fewer people for this one?
Yeah, then the next one. Only beginners will attend this. The second session we've asked everybody to attend.
Okay, because this is going to be more the basics. I think the second session I was thinking was more just going to be like question answer trouble because what I did
Today you're going to give them a homework, right?
yeah,
And
so
tomorrow they
we
will come
created
back.
an assignment. Ansh and I decided that a good assignment would be like they're going to make a personal website. I can actually.
But can they do it today, or they'll need some help tomorrow also?
No, I'll show you. So, basically they just have to like I just gave them some basic specifications, and these are all things that we are covering today. And like
send a note. We have to send an email today with this.
Yeah. So I'll send the link in the chat at the end of the meeting, and then we can also send them.
And tomorrow, try to think about a little bit more fancy stuff or something. I mean, it can be a hands-on, but additionally, tell them some more things.
Yeah.
And I was
So
actually wondering, give some homework for next week, also next week for the CSS or Tevin or whatever we try to do.
mhm.
But we can send them via email. We'll talk afterwards. I think we should start letting them in.
Okay,
Right?
sure. I'll let them all in.
You want to stop sharing
Yeah. Oh, one sec. Let me fix my video.
background? We may need to mute all.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for everybody to just kind of join and then with the workshop. Thank you everybody for joining us today.
Hi, everybody. So while people are joining, my name is Lata Narayanan from Shooting Stars, and that's Ansh Gupta of Shooting Stars. So while everybody is joining, we'll give them a couple more minutes. The one thing we would like to do is the host and the speaker would like to see, at least for a few seconds, who are attending the call, right? So it's up to you. You can keep your video on throughout the entire session. If you want to, or we would really like to take a screenshot of who are all attending, both from a corporate perspective as well as the Shooting Stars Foundation perspective. So if you all can please switch on your video for, like, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute, please. So the speaker, the coach, all of them will know who we are talking to. So that's good.
Wow.
Elisa, are you there? Yeah, Elisa, Advit,
Yeah, I'm here.
yeah, Bonnie and Jada, if you can please, Diana, Noah, you can please switch on your video, please. Hi, Ido, how are you? Says that there's quite a few people that were there from the last event, so we recognize them. Okay, there you go. Smile, everybody. I'll just put you through this misery for like 1 more minute. One more smile, please. There's a bunch of people who are not showing up. Please. I mean, that gives the coach a very good understanding. Hi, Sanjita. That gives the coach a very good understanding of who the audience is. So, they could tailor accordingly. So please, just 1 more minute. Advait and Ansh, please see all your audience. Shishant, Jade, Miguel, if you can please switch on your video. Hi, guys, smile. Okay, there you go. And the last screen, we have 4 screens of people. And the last screen here, smile everybody. Thank you. Elisa, you got also? Are you fine, Elisa? Okay. Okay, so we would love for you to have your video on. It actually gives, I mean, if you went to a classroom, that's how it's going to be, but we're not going to force you. So if you want, keep it on. If not, feel free to shut down your video, but please be attentive, right? This first session is very important. The second session is even more important from a hackathon perspective. So good luck. Handing it over to the president of Shooting Stars, Ansh Gupta.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ansh, and I just want to welcome you all to the Shooting Stars Foundation Hackathon. It's going to be happening on May 8th, and these are the precursor workshops to the actual hackathon so that we can get everybody kind of set up. So if you are a beginner in coding or you're just starting out, you can definitely kind of just go ahead and learn a lot from these workshops. So let me just go ahead and just screen share for a second. But essentially, if you guys already don't know, a hackathon is a 12-hour event where everybody kind of gets together in teams and develops a small tech project so that to solve some problem in the world or to address some hackathon theme. And we'll get to the theme later on. But essentially, they develop a tech project for this theme, and then they present it to a panel of judges. And the judges essentially pick what they think are the best projects, and those projects are assigned as winners. But in a hackathon, everybody wins because everybody kind of comes out with this experience, learning something new, and gaining a deeper love for technology, as well as a really cool-looking project that they can present and kind of show off. So that's essentially the structure of what a hackathon looks like. And so essentially these are workshops before so that you can kind of get you acquainted with coding if you aren't already, and so that you can actually go ahead and develop a really cool looking project when the day of the hackathon does come. So this is kind of how our schedule is going to look like. For the first hour or so, we're going to be joined by Advait, who is an HTML expert. So he's going to be giving a session on HTML. HTML is essentially a language that allows you to develop websites, if you don't already know. And so it's a very, very great and user-friendly language for beginners. So he's going to be giving a section kind of teaching everybody how to go ahead and code. And then after that, I'll be presenting for 30 minutes on how do you actually win a hackathon, because that's really kind of a big topic. So I'll actually go ahead and present on that, as well as present how you can join Discord if you haven't already. So yeah, that's essentially what we're going to be doing. Advait, you can take it away from now.
Okay. Hi guys. I'm Advait Advait. I'm also part of the Shooting Stars Foundation. And today I'll be presenting HTML basics for all you guys who really haven't worked with HTML before. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'll probably address them at the end. And we'll probably have time for a question and answer session at the end as well. And at the end of today, not only will we be having a Kahoot, I believe, for a $10 gift card, but we'll also be there's also a small homework assignment that will be due tomorrow. So make sure you guys pay attention and take notes, or else you're going to struggle with those two things. Okay. So to start off, very basic, what is computer science? So computer science, just a dictionary definition, is kind of that computer science is the study of computers and computing processes. And the way we do this is through a variety of coding languages. And I've listed a few examples of these. So for example, we have Python. Python is mainly used for web and game development and machine learning. Java is mostly used for app development, whether it be mobile, desktop, or web. And then we have JavaScript, which is usually used for user interface or, again, web apps. There's also C++, which is used for more applications, animation, and games, and then HTML, which is what we're discussing today, and that's used for web page design, which is usually essential to any hackathon project. So HTML. So HTML is an acronym, and it stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And it's the standard language that's used to code web pages. Now, you guys probably have something such as Chrome or Internet Explorer installed, right? These are known as web browsers, right? So web browsers basically are able to open these web pages, and these web pages are stored on web servers, right? So what we're creating is a web page, and that web page can be opened on an existing browser, such as Internet Explorer, Chrome, Firefox, etc. And like any coding language, HTML has various iterations. There's HTML 1 through 5, right? And of course, we'll be talking about HTML5 because that's the most recent. So here's like you can see that this is a notepad. So in HTML, you don't really need a fancy environment. Like I think a few of you guys were talking, like for example, you've used Unity before. So Unity has its own program, right? It has its own interface. But for HTML, you can just type it on a text document and it works, right? So as you can see, this is a sample text document. This is a sample web page, and this web page would just say "Hello World." Okay, so first of all, let's get set up to start learning about this. So this workshop is kind of hands-on, right? So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. Can everybody go to the website repl.it? I'll put in the chat as well.
Yeah, so REPL.it is a really user-friendly kind of platform for you guys to code on. And the reason that we chose this is because you don't have to deal with like really complicated stuff like GitHub or anything, mainly because it kind of works like Google Docs. It's really cool because like a bunch of people can edit on the same REPL at the same time. And so that's what makes it really unique. Like there's join codes and things like that. And additionally, you don't have to like download like any software because you can code right in your browser and it opens up a web page right then and there. So that's the really cool, that's the really cool part about REPL. Thank you, Victoria. So that's why we're kind of asking you to set up your REPL. So if you could please go to REPL and just kind of make an account, you can kind of follow along with us.
Okay. So just go to REPL and make an account. I'll give you guys a few minutes. You can make an account with Google or, just make an account. And then once you get there, if you notice here, there's a button called New REPL. Just click New REPL and make sure you select HTML, CSS, JS. I'll give you guys a few minutes. If anybody's having any trouble, please put it in the chat so we can try to help you. Because we do have 100 people here today, so we do want to try to keep it moving. Anj, can we create like a poll which asks them, are you done or not?
I think it's okay. Let's just give them 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and then we can move on. This whole workshop is also recorded, so you'll definitely have a time to kind of go back if you are kind of lagging behind. So don't worry too much.
We'll also be sharing the presentation as well as resources for you guys to use. So, it's not like you have to have everything or not. Yeah, that works as well. Just put like a thumbs up reaction if you guys can, if you're done.
Zuri, once you click new REPL, go ahead and Audit, if you can go back to the REPL tab.
Yeah. Okay.
So once you click new REPL, can you click that button?
Yeah, once you click new REPL, just select
click
HTML, CSS, JS.
You might have to scroll down, but select that. You can.
Oh yeah, so it might not show up at the top as this is part of my favorites, but if you just put in the search bar HTML, it should show up, and you just click it, and you just click Create REPL. Let me try to walk them through like very base. So just like you might go to a different part of the website, so just click Home, and then just again the plus sign or the Create New REPL, and then find HTML, CSS. Asta, are you still having trouble?
I can answer questions on if anybody's having trouble in the chat, but otherwise you can go ahead and move on with the rest of the presentation on HTML.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to introduce the most basic thing in HTML, and it's an element, right? So an element is an individual component of HTML. An HTML web page will be made up of hundreds of elements, right? And an element, examples of elements include paragraphs, headings, tables, lists, divisions, links, images, etc. Right? So as you can see, we actually have the example code. One second, my computer's not. Okay, we have the example code for an element, and as you notice, this actually neatly shows all the breakdown of everything, right? So this whole line is the element, and if you notice, at the start we have an opening arrow, like a less than symbol, and the P is basically the name of what kind of element it is, right? Then class paragraph, this again tells us what kind of name it is. And this whole thing is part of the start tag, which we'll go into later. Then we have the content. This is what actually shows up on your page. Your web page is going to say this is a paragraph. And then we have the end tag, which shows that this is the end of the element, right? So now, as we discussed in the previous slide, we have tags. And tags basically tell you where an element starts and where an element ends, right? So the opening tag, as you can see, this is an example of an opening tag for a paragraph, will just be like a less than symbol, the letter, which represents the tag, and a greater than symbol. But for the closing tag, it's the same thing, except you put a slash in front of the letter to indicate that it's a closing tag, right? So again, we see this is an example. This is a sample paragraph, and this is a sample header. And notice how the header has a tag of H1, whereas the paragraph has a tag of P. So now, of course, the main thing you have to learn in HTML is tags. The more tags you know, the more kinds of things you can create, right? The more effects you can create. So the very first tag and the most essential tag, in a sense, is the HTML tag. The HTML tag basically contains all the other tags. The HTML tag is kind of like the like if you guys have used Java, the main method of your code, right? It's where the main method. It's where everything else is contained. And on top of that, we have the doc type HTML tag. And this tag doesn't have an ending tag. This tag just has an opening tag. And this tag tells basically the web browser what kind of HTML it is. So if you start your code with this line, exclamation point doc type HTML, the web browser will know that this code is HTML5. And the other thing we have are head and body tags. So the head tag will only contain basically the title of the page and meta information. So meta information is like when you search up a web page, it'll show you the title of the web page, and then under that, it'll show you some information about the web page, maybe like when it was created, what it contains, a summary of it, etc. So this would be contained in the header. And the body contains the actual content. So this would be headings, paragraphs, etc. And both of the head and the body should be within the HTML tag. As you guys can see, we have the HTML opener, then we have the head opener, head close, and a body opener tag and body close tag. For people that are just joining us right now, don't worry about what you missed. We'll be sending out the presentation. Just start taking notes from here. And if anybody would like me to slow down, just put that in the chat, and then I'll try to go a bit slower. So again, as we covered, the doc type tag basically tells the HTML page which version of the language you're using. And I think this is a good time. If we go to REPL and we've created a new REPL, you guys will notice that REPL actually does a few things for you, which is why it's really nice to use. The very first thing is it creates our doc type HTML tag, right? So we don't have to type everything from scratch. It already starts off saying that this is an HTML5 web page. It creates our HTML tag, and then we have the header tag. And as you can notice, this is all the code in the header tag. and we have the body tag, right? So don't worry about any of the code here for now. Just understand like the general structure of it, right? And what you can do is if you click run up here, your web page will actually open over here. So you can actually copy this link and you can go to it. And one sec. If you guys, it'll take a bit to load. Okay, when it's done loading, I'll show you guys. But this web page that I just opened will be the web page that I've coded over here.
Advait, students are asking for you to slow down. So
Okay, sorry,
yeah.
Sorry, I'll slow down, my bad. Okay, I'll go a bit slower. Okay, so let's talk about some more types of elements. Another basic type of element is the paragraph element. So the paragraph tag is just a P, and it basically allows you to structure your text into different paragraphs. So when you're making a website, you don't just want like a blob of text, right? You probably want to separate that text based on topic, right? Or you want to put a heading, then some text, then another heading, then some text, right? So that's what we use the paragraph tag for. So each paragraph of text that we want to make should go between a opening tag of P and then a closing P tag. And the other the basic thing would be a heading. So a heading, there's actually 6 different tags for headings, but they're all really simple to remember because the only thing that changes is the number, and the number represents the size. So an H1, as you may guess, is the largest type of heading, and an H6 is the smallest kind of heading. And when you display any heading, the browser will add like a line before and a line after, so just to create some basic spacing. And now we can see examples of this right here. So if you guys see here, this is our sample code, right? We have our doc type code, HTML header. Our header contains the title. By the way, the title is just in the title tag. And this title will show up as the title of the web page. And we have our body tag. And inside our body tag, we have heading 1, heading 2, etc. And as you notice, this is an H1 and this is an H6. And if you look over at the web page, there's an H1, there's a space in the middle, H2, etc., with H6 being the smallest. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second. Somebody asked me to go back. I think we do have time to go back because
Yeah, it's okay.
I think we definitely have time to go back. Okay, Ethan, which slide do you want me to go back to?
Yeah, one thing to understand about HTML is a lot of it's just kind of like measuring, like a lot of it is just kind of like memorizing these tags and stuff. So it's all good. I think the main important skill is that you should be able to like understand like what you need, right? Like if you like vaguely remember, oh yeah, I think I needed a paragraph here. If you just search up like HTML, how to create a paragraph, like the P tag will show up. So a lot of it is kind of memorizing tags. So you're all good. Even if you don't catch everything, because I know we're going super fast because there's tons of tags. I think there's like 300 something crazy like that. So a lot of it's just kind of like need basis. So like, oh, I need to create a table, or oh, I need to create like put in an image. You can just search up on Google how to put image in HTML. So yeah, so a lot of it is just kind of like that. So don't despair if like you think we're going too fast, or oh, you can't memorize all of these. You can always just Google it, and we're also just going to be sending out these slides, so you're all good.
Yeah. Can I? Yeah, sure. You guys can post helpful links in the chat. We'll also be providing some helpful links. Yeah, W3 Schools is a really good website, and it basically has documentation for all the different tags. So that means if you want to create a certain feature on your website, you can just Google it, and most likely a W3 website will come up, and you can like it'll tell you how to type in like the tag, how to use the tag, etc. And again, you don't have to write down this word for word. If you're writing notes, just writing like H1, like comma H6 heading would be enough, right? You don't have to write this down word for word, since we will be sending out the presentations. Okay, so this is the example. Okay, so now let's talk about a few other useful tags. So again, for this slide, you can write it down, or you could even just take a screenshot of this slide, since it's just like a list of tags, right? So the BR tag, it's an empty tag that just adds a break line. it'll just basically add a space in between. And then HR tag, which adds an empty, it's another empty tag, which adds a horizontal line. So notice how since these are empty tags, we only have an opening tag. We don't have a closing tag because there's nothing contained inside these, right? It's a preset. BR will create like click enter basically, and HR will just add like a horizontal line across your page. And these are some tags for text, right? If you want bolded text, you'll use B. If you want italicized text, you'll put it in I. And if you want underlined text, you'll put it in U. Okay, you know what? Here, let's take a break and let's look at the website that we actually have. This is not working. Okay, so as you can see, it's really small. But if you guys notice right up here where it has the title of the web page, you'll notice it's called REPL.it. So if I go here and I look at the title tag that REPL already made for us, and I type hello, and then I just click run. And now if we reload this page, you'll notice that the title changed to hello world. So that's how you know this web page is actually the web page that we're coding here. So I'd like to just take some quick time, a small amount of time to just put some of these tags in here to show you guys exactly what they do, right? So for example, if we just look at the P tag, right? So remember, everything we're putting should go in the body. The only thing that should be in the head is the title. So you really shouldn't even have to edit the title for now. So we can type in, we can say, hi, this is a new web page. And now if we run it and reload our page, we'll notice the text right here. Hi, this is a new web page. It's at the top left corner. HTML works top to bottom, basically in lines, right? So we'll learn how this could be put in the center, etc. But of course, this doesn't look that great, right? This is just a paragraph. We don't want a paragraph there. So we probably want to add a heading, right? So we can add heading 1. And we can say my web page. And in between, we probably want to add some more space so we can do a BR. And then under that, maybe one a line, so we can do HR. And now if we run this again, we'll notice we have a nice title, which says my web page. We have a break line, an enter basically, a horizontal line, and now we start our actual web page, which is the text for our web, which is just text, right? So does anybody have questions of what we've been through so far? Any of the tags that we've been through so far, any of the REPL stuff? Why does H1 work even if we don't do? Let me see. Do you by chance though? I'm not fully sure.
Okay, look, the interesting part is if you don't add the H1 tag, look at the paragraph. That also turns into a header. So if you don't close the H1 tag, it'll just make literally everything after it an H1, which means that all the text on your web page will be a header. That's why you got to close it off. Otherwise, it'll just think that, because it's like it continues to make everything H1 until it sees the closing tag. So that's why it just made everything H1. So if you add back the H1 in there with the slash, then it won't make all the text H1. Yeah, there you go. It's back to small.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. Okay, I think we're good to move on then. Okay, types of elements, this. Oh, and then I can just quickly show these tags off. So for example, if we wanted to make this, instead of in a paragraph, we just want to bolded, we can do B. Hi, this is bolded. If we run this, you'll notice we have our bolded text here instead of just our non-bolded text here. And of course, that works with the italicized and underlined. So again, these may seem very simple right now, but these are the basic building blocks that any website will use. As you learn more and more tags, etc., you'll be able to create like nicer looking websites. Of course, this is a very simplistic, very basic website. Okay. Let's talk about the next tag. So the next tag is lists. Lists are another really important thing. So an unordered list would be like a bullet point list, right? It doesn't have any numbers, whereas an ordered list will have numbers, right? And the way tags work in HTML is they can be nested. So nested means you put one tag inside another. So the ordered and unordered list tag just tells the web browser that we're creating a list, but it doesn't tell the web browser what the list has in it, right? And that's where list item comes in. So we put list items inside the list in order to create our bullet point or our numbered list. And again, I can quickly show an example of this, right? So for example, let's say we want to create, we say heading 2, and let's say we want to talk about fruits, right? Fruits. So then we can, for fruits, we probably don't want to use a numbered list. So we can do, UL, and you're going to click enter a few times to create like, just like how you have like your body tag in between which there are like all these other tags. We have our UL tag, and in between this, we're going to put our list element tag. Right? And here we're going to type in like apple. What is this? Right. And now if we run this, we have our heading, which says fruits, and we have 2 bullet points, apple and mango, right? Similarly, if we just change this to an OL, which is an ordered list, and we ran it again, you'll notice that we now have numbers. Okay. I think, okay, yeah. So then the next thing we're talking about, pretty much, I think the last tag is hyperlinks. So hyperlinks basically allow you to create a link on your web page, right? So if you go to any web page, you know, sometimes they have blue underlined text. So a really neat example of this is just Wikipedia, right? So if we just, this is something I had to do for a history assignment. So if we just notice, we can just click here. And these are all links that are part of this web page, right? So if we want to create a similar link on our web page, we use, for example, this code, right? So I'll just copy paste it over here, right? Oh, wait, not inside the list, under the list. And let's break this down, right? So A is the tag, which tells us that this is a link tag, right? href equal to https.google.com. So this is the actual link that we wanted to go to when we click it, right? So I could say href is equal to youtube.com, right? It could be anything, but for now, this is what we want to go to. And wait 1 second.
I think
Sorry
you
about
also, yeah, I think you also
Uh,
have to put quotes around the URL, otherwise it won't work.
Oh, one check. Let me just check.
Okay, yeah, you can check.
No, I don't think you. Oh wait, you do.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, you do.
So yeah, you just got to put quotes around it. If you know coding, that's what you got to have a string in there. Oh, okay, that's
You sure?
weird. All right, here.
It
Okay,
might just be
let's just put like the URL link to like your,
No,
I
it's
don't know,
fine.
like YouTube or something.
No,
Oh,
it
okay, it
works. It
works.
works. It's fine.
Okay.
It's just you have to do it. You can't. Okay. So for links, sometimes they won't work on REPL itself. So remember, you just go to this link up here. You copy it. You paste it into your web browser. And from here, for example, if we click Google, it works. We see google.com. Hi. Right. It works. And remember, sometimes people get confused. They think why, like when they reload it, their page doesn't update. Remember, after you type any code, you have to click run in order to update your website. So make sure you do that. So again, href, this tells us the link we're going to, and Google is the word that shows up. So if instead, well, I mean, if we want to, for example, Nebula, if you want to go to Nebula Youth Camps, copy paste this, and put this here. And now we click run, and we reload. I would click Google. Instead, it takes us to Nebula Youth Camps. Okay, so I think that's a good point to stop for questions. Yes, we will be sharing the slides. I'll ignore the emails.
Yeah, I'll be going over the Discord protocol later, but yes, in short, yeah, you do have to rename yourself to your real name.
Okay, so that's a good question. So that's the thing about HTML. You can always mess around. Like, for example, if we want to put a paragraph between an ordered list, let's try that out, right? If we run this, we'll notice that it creates the ordered list. Oh, wait, one second. So since this isn't a list item, you'll notice that it is inside the list, which means it's indented, but there's no actual bullet point or number here. Whereas under it, if I create a list item and I type and I click run again, we'll notice that this one, again, has the number. So if you put, for example, a paragraph tag in between, it'll show up, but it just won't have the number, which is kind of the point of a list. Of course, you can even do this for a heading tag, right? So if we do h1, and we run it, we'll instead get a heading inside the list. Okay. I think, yeah, I think we're pretty up to date on this. Okay. So if nobody else has any more questions, let's go on. Present.
Yeah, if you could just oh, okay, yeah, you have more stuff. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I have like 5 more slides. It's not that much more. We still have time for like Kahoot and question answer, etc.
Actually, Ramiro had a question. Do you wanna? I'm gonna ask you to unmute. Yeah.
Never mind. Never mind. It's not this.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Could you repeat that? Let me just ask you to unmute again. Or you could just type it in chat, and that's all good.
I was saying never mind. It's just. I was just saying never mind.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine then. We'll go to the next. Okay, so attributes. Attributes are the other thing we're going to be learning today. So an ID attribute basically gives a unique ID to all the tags in a document. So it lets us identify those, right? So for example, if we want to add, it basically lets us like modify each tag individually. So for example, if we have a tag and we want to give that tag a certain color, right? So let's say we want it to be red, but we don't want our whole website to be red, right? We just want that one heading to be red, for example. So inside that heading, we would give it, we would use a text tag to give a color. We can also use an align tag or an align attribute, which lets us align left, right, or center. And a background color tag, which lets us give a background color. Sorry, not tag, I meant attributes. Right? So here you can see we have our title. This is another sample web page. Now, if you notice inside the body tag, we're adding a background color attribute, a text attribute, and an ID attribute. So ID lets us identify this as the body. Text sets all the text to yellow. And then BG color, of course, sets the background to blue inside the body tag. But now if you notice inside the H1 tag, we say align equals right. Now notice these attributes are inside the starting tag, right? It's within the opening and closing like symbols, right? And that's why this align right is only affecting the heading, right? It makes the heading is right aligned. That's the top heading. But under that, our unordered list is not right aligned. It's still left aligned, right? So we can just do an example of this quickly. So if we go into body, so remember these ones actually do have to be in quotations because these are strings, unlike the link. So here, if we just type BG color equals, let's make it red, and then you don't need like commas or anything between. Let's say text is equal to, and Now, if we run this, we'll notice that our whole web page is red because everything in the web page is included in the body, and our text is blue, right? For example, if I want to turn this paragraph red, or actually, let's not do red because then you can't see it. Let's say yellow, right? I can do color. Oh, sorry, no. Text equals yellow. And if we run it, wait, why didn't this work? Lunch. Do you know why this isn't working? Does it not work in
Text
paragraph
equals
tags?
yellow.
Okay, I don't
Hold
know.
up. Yeah, I think you gotta put it in the.
You can only work in body.
I don't know.
That did work. Okay, that's my bad then. It's been a
Um,
while. Okay, it's fine. It doesn't work in. You can only set it for the body. I'm pretty sure there is a way to set the color individually for headings
I
and
think.
stuff.
Wait, can you try the color tag? Because I think that works. So if you try color
Might
equals
be
yellow,
color.
color equals yellow, that might work. I think that's how it is in CSS. That's how. Nope, that doesn't work
No.
either.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's not working. But again, these are things that you guys can just Google and research on. Yeah,
I got
actually,
it.
it might only be through CSS.
No, Adwit, change color to color_name.
Oh.
And then change it to like, then change it to like yellow or whatever. Nope.
That
Okay,
has
never
some-
mind.
Okay, it's fine. So
yeah.
this is again just knowing more tags and more attributes. So here, if you close the color tag with your color the text. Okay, yeah. So that's an important thing. This is not a color tag. This is a color attribute, right? So this color attribute comes within our body attribute, right? Or within our body tag. So the color is not a tag, it's modifying the body tag. So if you notice, there's nothing to close here. This is the only color thing. This whole body tag contains that, and the body tag is already closed over here, right? So you don't have to actually close a body tag, or you don't have to close the color tag because it's not a tag, it's an attribute.
Yeah, attribute is like, it's like kind of like assigning like certain properties to every tag. Think about it like that. You know, like if I'm creating an H1, I want to like change how that H1 looks like, right? So that's why we're kind of doing this.
Okay, so color didn't work, but at least we can do like a line here. We can do what's the tag? So the tag is just a line. A line is equal to, let's say, is it middle or is it center? Oh, it is. Okay, middle works. So as you can notice here now, this looks a lot better, right? Because the title's in the center of my page. So we can actually open this up here to get a better look at it. And this is, of course, a very basic website, but this is the kind of thing that you can create now, right? So you have a title here. You have a small like breakpoint. You have some text here, a heading with some information, a link, another list, right? Okay. Okay, so now a div tag. So the div tags don't exactly do anything. Oh wait, one second. Yeah, you guys don't really have to worry about CSS for now. CSS we'll be covering next week, I believe. Yeah, so right now we're just covering basic HTML. We just want you to at least make a website. Making that website look nice is something you can research on your own. You can follow tutorials to do, etc. Okay, so the div tag is another tag that we use, and this tag basically allows us to split up our code into sections, right? And it basically adds readability because we can add names to each div, right? So for example, if I wanted to create 3 sections on my website, I wanted to create an our team, our product, and like our sponsors, right? So each of those are 3 separate sections that I want to code. So for each of these sections, instead of just putting them one after another, to make it look a lot cleaner, for my code to look a lot cleaner, I can use divs or divisions, right? So of course, you open the div tag, you just put a name for the div, like for example, the first div might be called my team, and you put an closing div. And yeah, so this is an example of a simple div. Div for the first heading, it will just contain hello world. And like divs are, again, tags, so attributes can affect divs. So we can set each division to have its own set of formatting, right? So we can say everything in this division is red, etc. So yeah, that's another nice use of div. Okay, I think that is pretty much it for tags. We're just gonna go over some basics. So how to go about actually making your website. So a lot of people, when they start out, they try to do everything at once, right? They have their REPL.8 open, they're trying to code at the same time, they're trying to think what they want to do, they're trying to look at other websites for inspiration. So usually you're not going to get much done that way. So the basic steps you want to take is, first you want to think about what you're trying to make, right? You want to visualize, you want to draw it. If you have a whiteboard, you can draw it on the whiteboard. If you guys know like Google Drawings or like Paint or anything like that, you just go there first and kind of like sketch it out, or even on a piece of paper, right? Just draw out what you're imagining, and that way you can then easily break what you're imagining into sections. Like you can break into a title, a header, a certain like whatever other sections you want to make, and that way you're easily able to code one section at a time, which will make it a lot easier and you'll get a lot more done. And again, so some online resources, W3 Schools was already posted in the chat, but Stack Overflow is great if you're getting any errors or something isn't working. Chances are it's happened to someone else before and somebody has answered it on Stack Overflow. Google is, of course, the greatest resource. You can Google for any usage for any tag, any kind of tag, etc. And of course, YouTube tutorials, which will walk you through different tags and exactly how to implement them. And again, this will be shared with you guys, so you'll have these links. But for example, we created a sample web page brainstorm. As you can see, this is just a really basic web page. At the top, we have a nav bar with 5 different links, our title, and then like 2 like lists, right? And I've included my email and my Discord. If you guys want to contact me, you can also contact Ansh if you guys have any like questions. The link for the Google Slides will be emailed out. Yeah, you can use BR to section as well because it'll create a break line between like each thing. Okay, so changing the size of the text again, I believe that is that's CSS, so we'll be covering that later. And if you guys already know how to use a certain coding environment like VS Code, or if you even want to just code the website on your local machine, that's okay if you want to do that. But we personally would recommend using REPL.it because REPL.it has a really easy feature. You just click share. And what you can do here is you can just type in the username or the email of your like teammates, and they can edit the web page along with you, which makes it really easy to collaborate. I believe VS Code could also do that. So, whichever one you guys already know how to use. I believe the Discord link was sent out in an email. Ansh, if you want, you could probably post it in chat as well.
Yeah, we'll go over the Discord stuff later on.
Discord stuff later.
Yeah.
I believe that's pretty much it. Okay, let me just go over homework assignment for today really quick. And then I believe we can do the Kahoot. Give me 1 sec to get it open.
Yeah, the Kahoot has some of my stuff in it as well. So do you think we should wait towards the end?
No, I made 2 separate Kahoots.
Oh, okay, then we're good. Yeah.
Unless I can combine them if you want, we can do one. Your choice. Yours is 4 questions, mine is 8 questions. So
we could probably just skip mine then. It's fine. We can have your Kahoot. I'm just going to look up something. Yeah. If somebody was looking for the Discord link and you already know how to use Discord, you can just click that. But yeah.
By the way, Ethan, it's /nickname. /nickname. And then like you just put mine.
Okay. I just wanted to drive one thing in. Yeah, I just wanted to drive something in like really much. So if you can. Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? You're presenting your homework. It's fine. Yeah. You can go ahead.
Okay. So one really key thing to know, I know none of you guys would do this, but remember, we want to keep everything like school appropriate on Discord as well as for this website. So please don't put any inappropriate stuff here. And as for the question, I believe we will be turning these homeworks in just like as a way to make sure you guys understand everything that we covered. It's not, we're not grading it. It's just to make sure that everybody understands what we learned and everybody like understands the basics of HTML. Remember, you can Google for these, you can email me, you can send me a message on Discord for help. You can get help from your like family or friends or anybody who knows HTML. It's not like graded. It's just a way to make sure, because a lot of people, when they learn something new, they think, oh, I know it. But the only way you really know if you know it is if you do like if you actually code using it, right? So once you like create the sample website, you're gonna get a lot, like you're gonna get confidence in your own ability to write HTML code. So let's just go over this. So the assignment for today is making a personal website using HTML. And I've included some basic specifications. So we're going to want to include like one large heading at the very top. So that's going to be like a title about your web page. So maybe you could title it My Web Page, right? Or you just put your name. Then a picture. So this can be any picture, a picture that represents you, a picture of your pets, a picture of you. We actually didn't go over how to include pictures today. So do your best to Google to use the resources that we provided. And if you can't figure out, it's okay. Do the best you can. Then we want to include 3 smaller headings. And I've outlined 3 basic headings you can use. So you can use like about me, my hobbies, my family. And in the about me section, just write a small paragraph about you. It can be 1 sentence, 2 sentences, whatever. Just like your name, your age, something like that. Then you can include a hobbies section, which should be an ordered list of your hobbies, and a family section, which can be an unordered list of some family members, friends, pets, whatever. Try to include 1 hyperlink. This hyperlink can just be a cool thing you found online, and you just link it. It can just be google.com, your choice. And make sure you include a colored background. So of course, you can include anything else you want to add. And I've also included, again, my email, my Discord, some helpful resources, and the link to the presentation. And I think I can put this link here in chat, but this link will also be emailed out to you guys. This website you're making alone right now. This is not in Teams. You can use CSS, anything else you want, this isn't graded. It's just for practice. It's so you guys can get a feel for HTML, so you can gain some confidence in your own ability to code. Yeah, you will be emailed the homework. Submitting. I believe we'll be creating a Google form, and we'll be emailing the Google form along with the assignment. And when you're done, all you have to do. So remember, one sec. Oh, one sec. Let me go back to the presentation. So if you create it on REPL, remember, all you have to do, you have to just submit this link, right? So if you notice, even if I, like, for example, close REPL, my link doesn't stop working, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to code this website in REPL. You're going to run it, and you're going to take that link, and you're going to submit that link into a Google form. So then we can just click on the link and access your website. So like, for example, if I take this and I put it in chat, you guys can actually click on this and open it and see the web page. Let me see. Super short website complete. Yeah, we would like you to complete it by tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be covering other stuff. And if you guys have questions, we can about like this assignment, we can cover them tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Adut, can you go ahead and share both the slides and the docs in the chat before the Kahoot?
Okay, they should be shared with everyone though.
Oh, okay. Oh, did you already put it in chat?
Did I not? I think I did. Yeah, I believe Ethan reposted the assignment link, and here is the link for the presentation. They should both work. I believe I did share it to everybody, right?
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yep. Anyone can.
All right. So presentation is here, and Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Discord. I sent the slides here, so like you guys can just scroll up. But yeah, you guys can write this information down if you want. Yeah, we'll also post this presentation and the homework in Discord, and other information there as well. Okay, so are there any other questions before we go into the Kahoot?
Team, I see a lot of questions in the chat about the like how teams are going to be formed and a lot about the hackathon. I'm going to be going over that really like in the next 30 minutes. We're going to be doing a lot of that. So don't worry. I know everybody has concerns, so it's all good. We'll go over it. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'll walk you guys through the whole process. But before that, Adit, do you want to go ahead and start the Kahoot? If
Yeah,
you have
sure.
sent all those links. Yeah.
Let me get it open. It's only like 8 questions long, so nothing to worry about.
Please use your real names because I think the top person, the first place person is going to get a $10 Amazon gift card. So yeah, we want to be able to accurately give it out to the person who needs it. So yeah, don't use some weird stuff. Yeah, we'll be kicking you out if you do that.
Okay. Okay.
Another thing that I want to reiterate, I think a lot of people are asking this as well, like, oh, because I think we gave it the name of a homework. Remember, the homework is for you. We're not going to be collecting it or taking it in any way, and there are no restrictions as to what you can use to create it. Remember that this is just practice for you to develop your HTML skills, and this is mainly because of the fact that people. Like you can say that, oh, I know HTML, but you don't really know it until you can use it, right? So that's why we've kind of given you this assignment so you can actually practice and get a hands-on feel for what it what the it kind of feels to actually code with HTML. So that's why we're kind of giving it. We're not going to collect it, and it's not due at a certain day, but we do want you to finish it by tomorrow, so that you kind of get a feel for what we're actually going to be doing later on. So yeah, I hope that answers any questions.
Okay, my bad. I thought we were collecting. I guess not.
Okay, yeah, it's all good.
However, if you guys do like after you complete the assignment, if you just want to share it with us to show like what you did, or if you need some help with it or you can't figure out what's happening, just make sure you do it. Have your link ready for tomorrow when we do this meeting again. And you can share it tomorrow, and like I can help you guys out then, or of course you can send me a message on Discord with your link, and I can help you guys with that. Is anybody yeah, sure. I'll send you the Kahoot link. So the Kahoot link is just this. And here is the code. Okay, I believe, how many people do we have in the meeting? We have 100 people, including me, Ansh, and Maldanti, so...
You're sharing all of the questions.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
we could see your, yeah.
Unlucky.
Amazing. Okay.
It's
yeah.
fine. The answers weren't there. Okay, let me reshare. Okay, is it fine now?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, my bad.
Okay. I think, oh, wow, there's 90 people. I don't think I've ever seen that many people in Kahoot before. So it's definitely going to be like,
We should
it's
have
going to be a
like
tough competition.
5 more people, 4 more people. If you guys are having trouble, please put in the chat so I know not to start. I'll give it like 2 more or another minute. I think that should be everybody, because we only have 100 people in the meeting. Okay, I'm gonna start it because we shouldn't have anybody else. Okay, so I'll read out the questions and the answer choices, but of course they're going to be on the screen, so be ready to select them. So what is computer science? The study of coding, the study of computers, the study of science, or the study of websites? Oh, the sound isn't playing. Okay, so most of you guys got it, the study of computers. So coding is a part of computer science, but the definition for computer science is the study of computers themselves, not the study of coding in a sense. So, that's just like, I'm not trying to trick you guys with any of these. Just make sure you read the question choices. Some of them are a bit nitpicky. Just if you read the answer choices, you'll probably figure out the correct one. Okay. Second question, what is the full form of HTML? So hypertext machine learning, humongous typing, mostly letters, hypertext markup language, or hypertext machine language? Okay, nice. Most of you guys got this. Hypertext markup language. So hypertext machine learning, that was, of course, machine learning. Doesn't really have anything to do with HTML. The blue one was kind of just a fun answer choice. Humongous typing, mostly letters. Come on, guys. And then for the green one, it was close, but again, it's not machine language. It's actually markup language. Okay, next. Okay, what is an element? So an image, a component of a website, an image on a website, or a website. Okay, nice. Most of you guys got this. So while an image on a website and an image is a type of element, it's not an it's not the, I was looking for the definition of an element, which is basically a component of a website. And of course, the website itself is not an element. Most of you guys got that one. Nice. Okay, which of the following is not an example of an element? Paragraph, link, image, or all of the above are elements? I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. I don't know why the audio isn't working.
I think you didn't share your screen
Oh, there we
sound.
go.
Yeah.
No, I clicked share. Did you hear the? It says share sound. I might just disable Kahoot music or something. It's fine. Okay. What is the difference between closing and opening tags? Oh, there we go. It has a slash. They are the same. There is no closing tag, or the closing one is capitalized. Yes. I believe Ganning put message question. A link is an element. Yes. So a link is still an element. Oh, one sec. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. So most of you guys got this one as well. The difference between a closing and opening tag is in fact the fact it has a slash. They're not the same. The closing one isn't capitalized, and there is a closing tag. Okay. Next. Okay, 3 more questions. So what is the difference between H1 and H6? The size, the font, the color, or the position? Okay, nice. Most of you guys got this as well. It's the size, the font, the position, and the color can be changed, but it's not changed based on H1 versus H6. Okay. 2 more. So which tag can be used to create bolded text? The I tag, the U tag, the B tag, or the A tag? Okay, nice. More and more people are getting the right answer. So of course, this is for italicize, the U tag is for underline text, and the A tag is for links. Last question. What is the first step to creating a website? Visualize it, design it, code it, or draw it. Okay, so both either visualizing it or drawing it, they're both basically the same thing. Designing it and coding it come way after you've already thought about what you're doing. Okay, so that's the end of the Kahoot. Let's see who won. So in third place we have Michelle. In second place we have Andre. And first place with by what 6 points we have Alina. Nice.
That's really close.
Okay.
GG. Okay, wait, let me note down Elite's name so that I can send them the gift card. But that was like, I don't think I've ever seen that many people in a Kahoot before.
And again, don't worry, guys. If you didn't win today, we will be having another Kahoot tomorrow, after the second HTML session, and I'll try to make that one a bit harder so you guys don't get all the questions right, that easily. Okay. Sophia, you have a question?
Yeah. I'll just ask her to unmute.
Okay. Yeah. I think we didn't cover enough to do more than 8 questions. Tomorrow, if you guys want, I'll make like a 15 question one.
Yeah.
Also, so are all of the 3 people gonna get like $10 or just the first place winner?
I think I actually have to double check with like the adult organizers, but I think it's just first place, unfortunately. We're really sorry about that. Because I think a lot of the prize money we're accumulating for the final hackathon. So I think we have like over $1,000 in cash prizes for that. So that's why we're kind of just giving out $10 right now. If that makes any sense. But yeah.
If you want, and if you can check, we could also just do like a $10 for the best website for the homework assignment, just to motivate them to try a bit harder on it.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll kind of confirm with the adult organizers, and I'll get back to you guys on that, especially in the Discord. But I think the thing that we settled for was the first place gets a $10 gift card. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So that's it. Any last minute questions?
Yeah, we do kind of have to move on.
I think everybody's good.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So moving it on to Ansh. Ansh will now be talking about the hackathon itself, and he'll be talking about Discord, which all you guys had a lot of questions about.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna tag everybody on Discord right now just to tell them that you need to attend this mandatorily. But please join now. The mandatory part of the session is starting. Okay. Join the YT if you can't join. Okay, there we go. So hello everybody. I'm Ansh Gupta, and I'll be hosting the session. Could you just put in chat? Thank you. Adwit will take over answering questions from now on. But Miguel, you smarty pants. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, as I was saying before, I'm Ansh Gupta, and I'll be mainly walking you guys through, what is a hackathon, how do you win it, and how to join the Discord as well as giving more details about the hackathon in terms of team formation, mentors, etc. So the first thing I kind of want to go over, and I did say this before as well, but essentially, if you guys already don't know, a hackathon is a 12-hour event where participants get together in teams and they kind of create a project based on a technology project or a coding project based on a theme that the hackathon organizers provide. And we have a theme as well, and I'll get to that. But essentially, they build a project related to a theme, and then they present it to a panel of judges. And the judges kind of, deliberate, and then they decide what are the best projects, and they give those projects cash prizes, or in our case at least, that you will get prizes if you win. More details about the exact prices will be announced in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, let's kind of just start with I just kind of wanted to give a presentation about how you can actually win hackathons. I'm a bit of a hackathon veteran. I think I've gone to like 10 hackathons and I've won 7 of them. So I've definitely kind of refined my way that I kind of attend hackathons and I present to judges. But yeah, and I'll be essentially sharing you guys some of the tips and tricks to how you can actually win your own hackathon in today's kind of hackathon. So I think one of the main things that you need to remember is that let's just kind of begin with the presentation. The first thing that everybody can see my slides, right? By the way, I didn't check.
Yeah, the slides are good.
Okay, cool. The first thing that everybody needs to remember is that in a hackathon, you got to have the prototype mindset. Not everything needs to work. Not every button needs to work, but it should give a final idea of what your idea is. So if I say how I want to like maybe I don't know, solve some like say I want to solve a problem where like people can't find recipes or something, and I build a thing where you can like do a recipe search or whatever. The final product, it's kind of like a prototype. It doesn't need to be like a full-fledged application with like 10,000 users or whatever. It just needs to kind of resemble what the final product might look like. So it mainly needs to be like a proof of concept to show that your idea is cool and it's definitely viable. Like it can definitely become a real thing in the future. And what does this kind of mean? It means that you want to focus more on like actually like making it look nice and making it look like and kind of mimicking like how the final product might look like, right? And this is mainly because you have limited time, right? You only have like around 10 hours to actually code the whole thing. So that's why you want to kind of focus more on making everything look nice, so that the judges because the judges don't see your code in the back, right? They only see what they're shown. So that's why you kind of want to focus more on the design aspect. And so essentially, but you still need to have a little bit of functionality just to make sure that like, you can actually click buttons and they do different things. So decide on a few must-have features of your product, right? And this means that like they need to be there, otherwise they won't work. And by must-haves, I mean like, okay, the login system of your application isn't a must-have, right? You can definitely add that. But the actual like feature itself, like say that I'm making a thing where like, oh, you can like visualize all the disasters in the world or something like that. Then one of the must-haves of my feature, one of my must-haves must be like a map, right? A map needs to be a must-have to be able to visualize all the disasters. Or a must-have might be like, oh, if you click on a disaster, it gives you more information, right? That might be the must-haves of my project. And so essentially, you got to kind of think about what you really, really need to work in that moment, because you only have 10 hours again. I really need to stress this, that time is a big issue. So definitely kind of just focus on those essential proof of concepts. And also just kind of decide like how they're actually going to appear on your web page or application. What do I need to put on my landing page? What are different pages in my HTML going to have? And where does each feature go? So kind of also decide on that to kind of show, what this would kind of look like. So yeah, so that's kind of one thing about kind of focusing on the must-haves. Are there any questions that I kind of... Okay, everybody's just ranting about Miguel. Miguel, you've become kind of a celebrity today, so that's cool. But yeah, okay, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna kind of move on. But yeah, definitely focus on the must-haves of your project. Another thing that you need to make sure is that you understand the strengths of all of your teammates. And what does this mean? Every teammate kind of knows different things. They're good at different things. Either they're really good at presenting, or maybe they're not so good at presenting, but they're really good at coding. Or they can design well. They're really good at art. So decide what each person is good at and kind of assign those strengths to that person. So it's imperative that you guys all get to know each other before, so that everybody can do what they need. And I've formed like a really successful teams with people, and those teams, like we always are like completely in sync with each other, because we all understand what everybody else can do and what their capabilities are. So definitely make sure that you do that, and also split up the work accordingly. I also wanted to kind of give a little bit about time management and how you should kind of do this. So I think we have around 8 to 10 hours of actual coding time. So make sure that in the first hour you set up your project, you create HTML files, etc. And you kind of get the design down by hour 3, and the next 3 or 4 hours you just kind of work on the features, and then the last hour you kind of work on your presentation that you can pitch to the judges. And throughout this whole process, we'll definitely be there to help you. It's not as if you're just going to be thrown into the middle of like a jungle or whatever. There's going to be tons of mentors, tons of people helping you out with all 4 of these steps. But yeah, this should generally be like how your kind of goes throughout the hackathon. So make sure to kind of, split up your work accordingly and make sure that you're trying to hit all of these goals. In reality, like what ends up happening is that one or two of these things like takes a bit longer than you expect it to, and so there's like a massive rush towards the end. So that's why it's like what I do at least is that like I just assign one person to like work on the presentation like even 2 hours before, just so that like at least like we have something, and like it's not as if we have to make a presentation in the last 15 minutes or something. So definitely like make sure that time management is key, and make sure that you're kind of hitting all of these different goals when the hackathon day does come. Yeah. So, okay. Having an idea is one thing. Coding an idea is one thing. But if you can't present it properly, the judges won't pick you as your winner, right? Because they want to see, you have to show off what you've made in a very effective manner too. So essentially, you need to kind of do a few things when you're presenting. And you kind of need to make sure that you're hitting a few check marks as you're presenting. And the first thing is that you really want to elaborate on the problem, right? You want to make sure that you show us why something needs to be done about this. And if you don't, then people won't really care about what you've made. So you got to make sure that you present your problem in a way that like it appeals to people, right? Either through personal stories, talk about somebody's strategy or something like that, or use data, right? Use data to show us, anything. If it's not too personal or if it's not too emotional, show us data as to why that problem is the problem it is. And then the second thing is that you really want to present your solution as a savior to your problem, right? You don't want to throw out the name of your solution like nilly-willy, right? You gotta make sure people are first concerned, and then they see your solution as like the knight in shining armor, and that kind of just like exacerbates that effect of kind of having like a great solution to whatever problem that you have. And so in fact, what I do in my presentations, everybody does this, and I totally understand. I don't even say the name of my project until I finish with the problem. And there's something you can do if you want to say the name in the beginning, that's fine. But yeah, this is something I do is I just kind of present it as if it's a knight in shining armor. And also, even when you're presenting, right? So this is a common thing I see is that like people like, they do the problem well and they present their solution, but the way that they present their solution doesn't necessarily seem like it solves the problem well enough. So make sure you tweak your problem/solution like hand in hand. Make sure that they go very hand in hand so that it exacerbates that effect of kind of it being a knight in shining armor and kind of helping out the world with something really techy. The final thing or the last two things are, first of all, you got to have more text, less text and more images. And what do I kind of mean? I know that I put a lot of the text on these slides just because I need to share this at the very end so that you guys can refer back to this. But I'll actually pull up after this presentation, I'll pull up a little example. But I mean, I have presentations where I have like 3 words on the whole thing. Because the thing is that like people will start reading your slide, and I bet all like you guys are anyway doing this right now. It's like you're just reading the slide, and I can kind of get why you would do that. But really, when you're kind of presenting your hackathon, you want to try to make sure that you have less text and you have more images, so that it kind of you can show them designs, you can show them how you made things, or like kind of show images that kind of detail your problem, or show images that detail your solution, and so that will have a bigger effect on people actually paying attention to what you're saying and not what's written on the slide. So yeah, I kind of broke this rule in this presentation, but this is just because I need to share it out. But in your actual hackathon presentation, do put a lot more images. And the final thing is, I hope you can kind of notice, because I've been deliberately doing this, but have a lot of energy in your voice, right? Don't be monotone. And I find that if you're excited, the judges are really excited as well. So part of being a good, hackathon attendee is that you got to be a good speaker. And so essentially, I know not everybody might do that, but do practice a little bit and try to just sound excited, right? Try to sound that you're really excited about what you've made and that you're passionate about what you've made. And that really does have an effect on judges as they kind of, listen to your presentation. They feel excited as well, as like, okay, these people like really believe in what they've made, and it just makes everything a lot more cool. So definitely this is another trick that I've used. I think I just have like voice modulations, and even when I kind of make my script of like what I want to say, I like put like bolds and like italics and like quotes and things like that. I put those in so I remember what I want to emphasize. So I emphasize data, or I'll emphasize like 1 or 2 words that like have a major impact. And so yeah, just being a good presenter is a major thing that you should try to do in order to kind of put forward your presentation. In fact, a better coded website might not win if the worst coded website has a better presentation presenting what they've done. So make sure that this is a very crucial part of your actual hackathon submission. Okay, So with that, I hope, does anybody have any questions? Yes, we will be talking about hackathon logistics right now. Jordan, you raised your hand. I can ask you to unmute. Yeah, what's up?
Yes, I would like to know when the prizes are given out, like if you win, are you gonna get it separately or is the whole team gonna get it and you have to share it?
Oh, no. So yeah, you're gonna receive the same prize. Everybody's gonna receive the same prize. But yeah, we'll be sending it out separately. So it's not as if like we'll be like, all right, you guys deal it out and find out who's getting the money. You everybody will get the same prize in your team, but we'll send it out separately to each person. And please try to refrain from like asking about hackathon logistics because I'm gonna get to that right after this. I just want to make sure that you guys understand what I've just presented. Yes. Okay. The theme. Yes. I will give you the theme right now. Who will pick teams? Okay. So let me actually go ahead and kind of give you guys more information about the actual hackathon itself. So the first thing, I just want to make sure that on hackathon day, you gotta make sure that all of your teammates are there. And this even involves like kind of communicating with your teammates before hackathon day, so that everybody kind of has each other's phone number, has each other's emails, and kind of can make sure that like they can get like those part, because sometimes like team members like might just like wake up too late or something like that. So you got to make sure that everybody's kind of on point there. Okay, actually, there are a few more questions. I will get to everybody. Let me just present this slide. Okay, the second question, the second thing is that the way that the team formation is going to work. If you've kind of in the Google form, if you have kind of major team, right, and you kind of said, okay, I'm gonna be participating with X, Y, and Z, then you're good. We will be then you'll be left alone. That'll be your team on the hackathon day, and you guys can work together. But if you've registered alone, absolutely no problem at all. What we'll be doing is that we'll be kind of forming teams. So we have an adult volunteer, and what she's doing is that she's actually looking at grades and skill levels and other factors, and kind of incorporating like really good teams for everybody. So you'll be kind of paired with people who are similar with you, like you, and you kind of be put together in a team of 3 or 4 participants. And yeah, so that's kind of how team formation is going to work. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, good. So yeah, so that's essentially another team thing. So that's how kind of team formation is going to work. Okay, another thing, I'm going to get to how to use Discord, but like once you do have Discord, I really suggest you have the notifications on, as well as if you can download the application, like the mobile app, so that you get notifications, because it's going to be imperative that you actually make sure that like you respond every time if a teammate tags you or if a mentor pings you, then you kind of get that notification. So yeah, communication is key amongst everybody. So make sure that is the case. Yeah. Okay, great. So now we get to our actual hackathon team itself. So this hackathon is sponsored by a company called NetScout, who is a leader in cybersecurity. And so they chose our theme for this hackathon, and they chose to do what will life look like in 2031. And so this is a very broad, kind of theme. And mainly we left it kind of open-ended, but we really wanted, the goal with this was to make you think about the future, right? In a more kind of, liberal perspective. Like you kind of just think, what is futuristic? What do I think? What do I want the future to look like? And so kind of think about that powerful idea of what you think life will look like in 2031. And you can do a lot of projects related to this, whether it be learning or travel or culture, or maybe it's something about a major problem that we're facing right now, and how a solution that could potentially fix it by 2031, right? Like climate change, environmental preservation. You could also work with emerging technologies, like maybe if you're maybe more advanced in programming, like perhaps you envision some sort of AI that will really be influential by 2031 or something like that. Yes, I will be posting the link for slides, Sophia. But yeah, this is essentially a very open-ended topic for you guys to kind of explore. But just really, I would suggest that you guys, when you meet up with your teammates, just kind of have like a 30 minutes or so brainstorming session and just think about what you think the future will look like, right? How do you envision the future? And pick certain aspects of that and kind of, make sure that you kind of, try to develop a project along those lines. So that's our hackathon theme. Okay, so All right. So when you kind of do submit, yeah, so we're essentially going to be judging on these 5 things. So the ideation and innovation factor, the technical functionality and design, the presentation and branding, the collaboration, and the wow factor. And so these are kind of the 5 things that we're going to be, what do you call it? Judging you guys on when you do end up submitting. Um, Okay, yeah. So I've kind of reached the end of my presentation, but I do want to give a few more, things. So one of the main things that people kind of worry is that, oh, I'm just a beginner. I don't really know how to code very well. I won't be able to win at all. And that is really bad. Like that is not true at all, because the way that the pricing system is going to work, especially in this hackathon, is that we're going to be we're going to be splitting up teams based on their skill level. And there's going to be a separate prize category for beginners, intermediates, and advanced programmers. So you'll definitely have a chance to win no matter what your skill level is. And so, yeah, don't despair if that is a concern that you were thinking about. That won't be a concern at all. Even if you're a beginner, you're just starting out. You'll mainly just be competing with other beginners. So don't worry about that. Everybody will have a great chance of judging or winning a prize. But you just got to make sure that you're trying as hard as possible and that you're really invested in the hackathon, because that just exponentiates the level of work that you produce when you are presenting. Sophia has a question, so ask her to unmute.
Will we be like pitching this on like Zoom or
Yeah.
or something?
In breakout rooms, yeah. Great question. How will people be categorized? Around, I think, 2/3 of the way in, there will be representatives from Shooting Stars Foundation coming to each team and looking at what you guys have done till then, and kind of looking at your idea and functionality, and kind of then categorizing you in one of the 3 spots. If there was one piece of personal advice you could give us, what would it be? I would say that there are too many people who kind of leave the presentation off as like something that just you have to do, but that's not the case. Like if you don't work, like if you don't kind of think about the presentation in a serious manner, then people are not going to be as excited as you are about your project. So make sure, if there was one personal advice that I would say has really helped me win a lot of these hackathons, it's just the fact that I've kind of worked over the years to become really good at presenting, especially in a panel of judges. So yeah, just try to make sure that you kind of do that, because that is extremely imperative. Yeah. What's the time limit for the pitch? We'll be sending those details out shortly, but it's around 2 to 5 minutes long. But yeah, we'll be giving out more details shortly. It really depends on how many projects we have and how much time we have to actually listen to everybody. If there's going to be a lot of teams, then less time will be allotted than if there's less teams. Yeah, there are actually the Zoom meeting capped at 100 people, which we're really sorry about. So we might send a new link. So actually, yeah. So right now the Zoom link is kind of capped at 100 people, which I know is really sad. What we'll be doing in the future is that we'll be sending out a new link today for Zoom, so that it kind of ups the cap to 500 people, so that we don't have this problem. Actually, a lot of people are setting in the YouTube live stream link right now because they can't join the Zoom because the amount of people is capped. Will judges be asking questions? I'm not sure. I think they do have time, like 30 seconds to a minute to ask questions, but it's not going to be a lot. When will we know our teams? Yes, the team information will be coming out next week. Team members. All right, just give me a second. You guys can take a break, but my throat is like really sore. So I'm just gonna go to drink some water. I'll be right back. But once I do get back, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to kind of log into Discord if you haven't already. Are there any other questions about how the hackathon is gonna be structured? 2 new messages. You will not be allowed to start on your project before the hackathon date. Actually, I did want to say one thing that I completely forgot to do. The way that mentorship is going to work, there's going to be general tech mentors who are going to help you out with everything HTML related and things like that. But there's going to be a lot of mentors from the company I talked about, NetScout, who are actually going to be assigned to each team. So I think one mentor is going to be assigned to only 2 to 3 teams, and that mentor is going to help you out all the way through with ideation, with kind of management, and you'll actually be meeting with them next week once we've kind of announced the teams and things like that. So yeah, definitely stay tuned with that. All of these mentors are super talented, and they're definitely going to be helping out with ideation. I think kind of deciding what your project is, how you're going to code it. So yeah, if you're a beginner, you'll have tons of help all the way through because there's going to be somebody assigned to you to actually help you out on throughout the whole event. Okay, the event is not, so it's not, so the whole 12-hour thing is not happening on Zoom. In fact, only there's going to be a few meetings for the presentations and the opening ceremony and things like that over Zoom. But most of it, you're going to be communicating with your team over Discord. Discord has capabilities for voice and video chat. So you'll actually be using Discord to communicate with your teammates.
I believe kind of the setup will be that we'll have the main server, and then every team will create their own server or text channel, and within there you guys can put your stuff, you can communicate with your team members, and you can invite all the mentors to come in who can come and help you. So it'll all be over Discord.
Yeah, Sophia, I think the last StarHacks, we split it up into 3, not 2, but yeah, thank you for putting that in. Do we present on the day of the hackathon? Yes. Are there any limits on what hardware? No. So yeah, so we're kind of encouraging like beginners to use websites and stuff, but there's absolutely no restrictions on what your end project is to be made. Just make sure, because the thing is, you're going to be presenting live to a panel of judges, that you can actually show off your hardware project, either through pictures or video or something like that. So yeah, yeah, that is going to apply for this time as well, Sophia. Okay, yeah, I remember we'll be announcing our team sign next week. No. I'll be sorry. You're going to be presenting live to a panel of judges. So mainly presenting a presentation, like my slides, like I have here.
No, I think he's saying like a recording of the demo. So yeah,
Oh,
if you have
yeah,
like
yeah,
an
yeah.
app or
You can do
something.
that. Yeah, just make sure to
Yeah.
share sound if you have that. But yeah. Yeah, you'll be allowed to screen share. Okay, let me just go grab some water. My throat is completely parched right now. So yeah, I'll be right back.
I believe they're still finalizing price information. That will also probably be sent out near the day of the near the day of the hackathon.
Let me just check the questions on YouTube. So stop sharing. Yeah, let me just look there so that I can answer their questions. Can we hack into our website to see? Well, I mean, Daniel, I mean, it's yours, so yeah, I guess so. I don't know. What could you do besides an app or a website? I guess you could just make like a hardware thing if you have hardware, but yeah, it's really up to you. But mainly, yeah, people usually make apps or websites. Okay, actually, I did want to. Now I know that we're kind of going over time now, so now you can totally leave if because I've kind of given out all the instructions. Now, what I'll be doing if you do want to stay more for the rest of the remainder of the time, I'll be kind of first of all just showing you guys some example projects. I'll show you guys one beginner project and like maybe one more advanced one. But yeah, I'll be doing that. But also I'll be showing you guys how to use Discord. So if you already know how to use Discord or you don't care about seeing the example projects, you guys can leave now. Okay. Oh, actually, somebody just asked a really good question. What if you have an idea for a theme, but then find out a similar thing already exists in real life? That happens all the time. Don't worry about it. What you want to make sure that you do is that you want to make sure that you have a little twist in it. You have some sort of improvement, okay? And that changes everything. So if you have some sort of twist or some sort of improvement on it, you're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, if you want to use Python or you can use whatever language. We don't have any like restrictions. We're just teaching HTML and CSS because it's really easy to use. That's that's basically why we're teaching it. You can use whatever you want. Okay. When you mean by in the future, yeah, just just envision what the future is. Envision how you're going to travel, how you're going to live your life, how certain problems in the world are going to be solved, and try to build it. Yeah, that's basically the theme. I hope you had a good time last time. But yeah, okay. Okay, the first thing I guess I'll just show you guys because I do want to give you guys some direction. So I'll show you guys what I made. This is like just something that it's very, very, very beginner like. And I just did this so that like I had some other friends who wanted to try out what a hackathon would look like. So I just kind of did it. But okay, hold up. Actually, let me just. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So okay, so essentially this is a very, very simple project that I made or like me and my teammates made a while back. But essentially it's just a super simple thing. There was no theme for this hackathon, so I just kind of made something on meditation. But essentially we just kind of made like a two-step meditation guide. So what essentially this kind of this project did was that you could choose how you're feeling on that day. So say that I feel like I'm just really angry today. What it would do is that it kind of give you like a two-step therapy process. The first thing was that it kind of give you like a journalistic therapy where you could just kind of like just write about how you're feeling. And I think that has a lot of therapeutic value to it. So we kind of did where you can just kind of let it all out in the form of therapeutic journalism. So people did that, and then the second step was that people would get a custom guided meditation. And yeah, so that was essentially kind of a very, very simplistic project, but because I just wanted to kind of show my friends how hackathons are like. So yeah, so this is an example of a very like kind of easy project that people kind of did. So they would kind of make a website like this, just a 3-page website. So once again, you can see that this is like it doesn't kind of like we focus way more on design and kind of making it look good. I don't think I shared sound, but like the website actually plays like calming meditation music and things like that. So it was once again the point is that like you want to make sure that it looks good. So yeah, that's kind of just a very simplistic thing. Yeah, if you want the yeah, so I think so I yeah, I'm not going to say anything about the prices because they haven't been finalized yet. But yeah, that was the kind of like thing. But yeah, you can kind of see this is a very example project. This is more for beginners. Let me just go ahead and pause the screen share and kind of show you guys what a more advanced project might look like. This is for more advanced coders. If you're just a beginner, just try to kind of accomplish what I just showed you. Just have maybe 2 or 3 pages with a few buttons that can kind of just do a few simple actions. And yeah, and I think just make sure you have a good meaning behind it. So for example, for this project, our meaning was that we're like really stressed. And the problem is that like a lot of these meditation apps are either paid or like YouTube, like you can't find something that's like for you or like why you're angry on that day. So so that's why we kind of created this as like a super, super simple way to kind of get some therapeutic value out of a website. So that was kind of our whole intention. Even though the project itself was simplistic, the idea behind it or the problem behind it was very powerful. So that's why you kind of want to do that. So yeah, so that's thank you, Sati. But yeah, yeah, so that's essentially kind of what you want to what you want to try to accomplish. But yeah, so that was a very simplistic project. Let me just go ahead and show you guys what a more advanced project might look like. Yeah, Gia, I'm gonna go over Discord stuff in just a little bit, so just stick around for that. Okay, this is a pretty good one. Actually, all right, so I can go ahead and kind of screen share, but I'm not going to go through like the whole thing. But essentially, what this project was that like it kind of used something called blockchain. If you guys know what that is, but essentially, you use blockchain to like create this like huge map that like tracked how many ventilators were like were in the country and like in each hospital. So we kind of presented our like we were kind of presenting about how like it's like super hard to kind of when like it's super hard to kind of like track like where ventilators are, and like if you want to like if like one area is hit harder than the other area, then like how do you make sure that like you can visualize where to send ventilators? So essentially we use something called blockchain. But yeah, the hospitals could register, they could track how many supplies they have, and then we create this like super interactive map where like essentially like the green spots you see are like how the more green it is, the more ventilators they have, and so people could essentially choose where it could go, and it had like a huge like infrastructure behind it. So this is a more advanced version. I think we had like 24 hours or 36 hours for this one, so we had way more time to do it. But if you're more of like an advanced coder, then like then you can try to attempt something like this where you use more advanced technology to kind of solve a bigger problem. I think for this one we won first place, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, so this would be a more like advanced project, but don't be frightened or like don't be kind of intimidated by it, because as I showed you before, you can definitely do a more simplistic project, especially if you're just starting out. Yeah, and if you wait, hold up. Choose virtual background, none. If you guys are wondering, for that hackathon, I won this keyboard, which is really cool, actually. I don't think I had such a fancy keyboard before, but yeah, you definitely get cool prizes if you win hackathons. I think that's one of the main motivators. But yeah, so that's just another thing that I wanted to show you guys. Yeah, so now I hope you guys kind of have just a basic idea of like what it looks like to make a hackathon project. So yeah, yeah. So okay, so now I just kind of want to go over how you can actually install Discord, because I know a lot of people are having a lot of trouble with that. So okay, now if some people might be tempted to just click the link right like immediately, but I would really suggest you guys don't do that. Okay, the first thing I would suggest you do is go to discord.com, and I want you guys to go ahead and download it. Windows or Mac, it doesn't really matter. Or actually, let me go ahead and do this on incognito so that like it kind of shows you what a new person might look like. But essentially, you can just go ahead and download it for Windows. So say that yeah. So okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just log out of my Discord so that it kind of shows you guys what it might look like when you're kind of just first starting out. Okay. Okay, great. So once you've kind of downloaded Discord and you open this thing up, yeah, so just go to discord.com and just download it. Don't worry about the link for now, okay? What you want to do is that when you come to this screen, I think the background is different, but basically it's the same thing. You can just click register down here, and let's go ahead and create an account. So I'm just going to use one of my alternate emails for this. So let me just use, so this is not my main account, but I'll just use it anyway. So say that my username is going to be temp bunch. Okay, cool. Password, say that my password is going to be I don't know, StarHacks. Actually, I don't need to tell you guys. Okay, let me just choose my own password. Okay, great. Actually, let me just retype it to make sure I did it right. Okay, cool. Date of birth, I can just go to select it. I think as long as you're above 13, you should be good. But if you're not, I think it's okay. The reason that they have the 13 like age limit is just mainly because like there are like sometimes like there are some communities in Discord that are like, you know, less appropriate, but like so that's why they kind of have that age restriction. So if you are under 13, I would just say that just kind of put a year or two below, just to make sure that you can get into the platform. Our platform, the reason that you're going to be using Discord today, it's going to be completely safe, where nothing's going to be bad. So you'll be kind of you'll definitely be like having a great time on our Discord server. So I'm just going to go ahead and select my actual birthday, and yeah, okay, great. So create an account. Okay, great. So yeah, it does have a CAPTCHA. Okay, great. I'm in. Yeah. So okay, so it'll kind of open up something like this once you're done. Okay, so they do ask me to check my email and verify. So yeah, sure, yeah. If you've already like you know, logged into Discord and you're good with that, you could totally feel free to leave. I'm just gonna go over this for people who are having trouble. So yeah, Miguel, I have just something different. You might just see like a dark gray background. So I just have like some mod installed because I thought it would look cool. But yeah, okay. So once you're kind of done with that, let me just go ahead and open up my email so I can actually see. Okay, great. Let me go ahead and resume my share. Okay, great. So I see this verify email on Discord. I'm gonna go to. Okay, great. All right, I'm verified on Discord, and if I go back, Okay, great. I don't want to connect my Spotify. Go away. Okay, great. So once you're kind of done with this, you see this plus icon right here on the left side. If you just click this, it says add a server. It's still create a server. Don't worry about it. Just click join a server. Okay, now it's going to ask for your invite link. So let me go ahead and pull it up. I think I sent it before on the. Okay, hold up. Let me just get the Discord. Yes, Michelle, it is better Discord. I think it's illegal, but I don't really care. Hold up. I'm just trying to find the Discord link that I sent before. Let me just pull that up. Sorry about that. Hmm. Okay, there we go. I found it. Okay, so this is the link. I'm gonna send it again in chat. Okay, yeah. But essentially, this is the Discord link. So I'm just gonna go in here, paste it in, and I'm gonna click join server. All right, I'm in. And guess what? Okay, so now I can see everything. The first thing I would really suggest you guys do is read the whole welcome thing. Just scroll up and just kind of read this whole thing so you guys get a kind of a feeling for Discord. So, okay, if you've never used Discord, I just want to kind of go ahead and explain what it is. It's kind of like a text messaging service, but it's a little different, okay? Because essentially these servers are like these huge communities. It's basically like having a huge group chat that has a bunch of stuff. So if you've ever used Slack, it's very similar to Slack. So essentially what you're going to be doing here is notice how all these channels, right? In channels, there are different things. So each channel is meant for something different, right? So you can see here, the announcement challenge is for receiving announcement. In fact, I kind of put in a bunch of announcements before. There's a bunch of rules, so you can read the rules here. And remember, you can send messages here in this chat, resources, dashboard, FAQ, things like that. Okay, the first thing is you can see general, okay? You guys have already texted a lot in general, a lot of memes and stuff, but yeah, yeah. So the first is general. General is just like a random check chat. You can chat whatever you want in there. Yeah. Oh, whoops. I'll do it. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait. Did you guys see me kind of? Did you guys see me kind of presenting like how I joined the server or no? Okay, you guys didn't. Okay, you guys didn't see me joining the server, right? Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave then. Okay, so once you have your link, right, that we kind of sent out, just click add a server. Nope, add a server, and click join a server down here. Okay, just click join a server, and just copy paste that link in there. So I remember that link that we sent before. You can go ahead and copy paste it, and you can just click join. Okay, now you're going to be in. So sorry if I if it wasn't there before, but yeah, you can just click this add button, click join a server, and you can just copy paste your invite link and join there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So what I kind of want to show you guys. So yeah. So all these different things, they're all text channels. So as I was saying before, Discord is a lot like Slack. So if you know how to use Slack, Discord's going to come very naturally to you. But essentially, the Discord server is like a huge group chat with like literally, okay, you can see 67 people are online and like yeah, so there's literally like I think 150 people in this Discord already. So you can see there's tons of people in here. But yeah, essentially you can go ahead and see that there's going to be a bunch of channels, and each channel is meant for something different. So if you click on announcements, you can see all the different announcements, and you'll be tagged here as well. So these are going to be announcements. There's going to be a bunch of rules here that you can read rules of what the rules of the server, resources, the dashboard, as well as an FAQ section. So you can see all of these different channels, they all have different something different with here. So now these text channels, so you can see over here, it says you do not have permission to send because this is just a moderator only channel. But if you go to text channels here, I can actually type in. So yeah, so look at the general channel. So a bunch of memes and stuff are sent here, but like it's actually general. The purpose of general is that you can talk about whatever you want and kind of just interact with other participants. So I can say hello, and you guys can see Temp Punch right there. Yeah, so yeah, so you guys can yeah, so that you can actually chat in general. If you have a question, you can say I need help. Help, Advit, where are you? Or something like that. You can also delete your messages if you don't want them. And yeah, and so you can. I'll explain what this thing is after. And yeah, and then yeah, we have a few other channels as well. Okay. So okay, so the way that it's going to work is that you see all these text channels. What's going to happen is eventually you're going to be assigned a text channel that's only for you and your team. And that's the really cool part. And nobody else can see it. So you'll be able to privately communicate with your team, but you literally see like, oh, speak with your team and things like that. So another thing that I kind of wanted to show, actually, I don't think Tevin is in here, but okay, let me just go ahead and do something real quick. But essentially, yeah, so this is essentially like the information and the text channel stuff. Let me go ahead and just do something real quick. I'm gonna pause my screen share. Discord app. Yeah, sorry, I'm just kind of creating a new thing so that people can. Okay. All right. So here's another thing that I want to show you guys. Let me go ahead and resume my screen share. But resume. Okay. So oh, why is it locked? Cancel. Hey. Hold up. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna try to change it. I just want to guys. I just want to show how you can like chat with this. So yes, everybody can view it. Save changes. All right. Connect. Yes. Speak. Yes. Okay. Video. Yes. Cool. All right. Sorry, I just need to change the permissions. Okay. So now you can actually see that what happens is that I can actually go ahead and join this voice chat. Don't switch. Okay. So essentially, oh, actually, we gotta change one other thing. Yeah. Hold up. Hold up. Manage channel. Speak. Video. New members. Yeah, I'm just trying to see like something, but essentially.
Hey, Ansh, what are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to make sure that like people can like 'cause it says that you need to push to talk, but yeah, connect, speak. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Save changes. Okay, cool. So yeah, now yeah. So hello everybody. How's it going? Yeah, but essentially you can see that I'm actually talking in here in this Discord channel. I can even turn on my video if I turn off my video here on Discord. I can actually turn on my video as well. Hello. So I can actually go ahead and talk in Discord. You can see how a lot of people are actually joining this, but yeah, and I can even share my screen over here, and I can share like my WhatsApp or my any of my screen share. I can also screen share. But yeah, so that's essentially how a Discord channel can look like. Hey, Dejoni. So yeah, yeah, you can essentially just go ahead and see. So this is essentially what a Discord voice channel actually looks like. So you can, and the way that you join it is that you can see that like all these text channels have a hashtag next to them, but a Discord, a voice channel has a little speaker icon next to it. And so you can, if you click that speaker icon, you'll join the voice channel. And yeah, okay, it keeps telling me that, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I don't know what links they're sending, but yeah, okay. So that's basically about it. Okay, so somebody asked, will we get a break from this workshop or from like in the main hackathon? Elena? Okay, well, I mean, I'm kind of done with this hackathon tutorial. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay behind for like the next 20, 30 minutes. And just kind of, I'm just gonna stay behind for the next 20, 30 minutes and answer any questions that you might have about like not being able to join. Let me actually see, are people able to join right now? How many people okay, yeah, a bunch of people are joining, so that's really cool. So. Okay. What you can do, another thing I'm just gonna drop in the chat. Oh, oops, not the L over there, but okay. This is my email. You can text you can email me if you have any problems. Okay. So that's just another thing that I wanted to provide you for you guys. But yeah. Yeah.
Did you
Does
put
any?
the link to your presentations in here, Anj?
Oh, I did not. Okay, I will do that.
Please.
They're in the Google Drive in the hackathon or workshop folder, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I did just put the presentation link in there. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys are really excited. Okay, so Jada, raise your hand.
Hi everyone. My question is, what about the people who already left? Would you be sending the link to their emails?
Yeah, we'll be sending not only to the emails but also to the Discord, so you'll be able to see all that stuff if you have joined the Discord. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna be sending out more stuff for next week. So we'll be definitely talking about a lot more about Discord, and just message me if you have anything like you want to do anything or you have any problems with Discord, and I can help you out. Okay. All right. Can anybody see the chat in the help channel? Oh no, there's just simply just nothing. Hello. Yeah. Mm. Okay, I guess another thing. Oh, and actually, never mind. You guys can leave. It's fine. It's totally all good. Uh, okay. Bye. Okay. Um. Okay. Uh, Ethan and Dan, you guys just joined. Did you have any questions for us? We just ended. Bye, Adriana. Yeah. What's your question? I'll ask you to unmute if you want to talk. Yeah.
Where are the requirements for this assignment thing?
Okay. Yeah. I'll be sending all of that stuff out in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Thank
shoot!
you.
I forgot to mention the nicknaming stuff. It's fine. We can do
Oh,
that next week or tomorrow. Yeah.
I can tell them in
No,
Discord
like
mode.
I just forgot to mention that people have to do that. It's okay. I'll go over it next week, or yeah, on tomorrow. On tomorrow's workshop, I'll just go over how to nickname yourself. It's all good.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, maybe we can close the meeting. I would like Ansh and Advit to stay, please.
Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Miguel. You were
Hi guys.
made famous today.
Thanks for coming.
Okay. Can you paste the link for Discord? I can paste the link for Discord. I'm sorry about that.
It should
There we
be
go.
there. I think you just posted it actually.
Yeah. It's all good. Bye, Miguel. Bye, Cameron.
We can also stop the YouTube live streaming.